Welcome back to the channel. I'm Peter Mokri, a Dallas-based DP and Gaffer. In today's video, I test out the new Sirui IronStar Anamorphic Lens. I take it to a local lake to capture a beautiful sunset. I stumbled upon someone proposing. I get some night shots and I test out the bokeh and flare capabilities of this lens. Before we jump into the footage, I have a quick disclaimer. Sirui did send me this lens in exchange for a video, but all the views and opinions in this video are my own. Let's get into it. Let's do a quick rundown of the lens that I use. It's the Sirui IronStar Anamorphic Lens. It is a 1.5x. I had the 45mm variant. They do have a 35 and a 60mm variant available currently, and more to come in the future. When it comes to aperture, the aperture starts at a t1.9 and goes all the way to a t16. Now, when it comes to focus, the close focus distance is 2.2 feet, which means you could get really close, and it has a very smooth focus ring. Now, what's really cool about this lens is you have the ability to have PL or EF mount, and it's user interchangeable. You just swap it with a few screws. It's that simple. Now, when it comes to adjusting back focus, you no longer have to use shims and get real technical. You can remove the back sleeve off the lens, and there is actually a dial to adjust and lock the back focus in. The front of the lens has a 92mm filter thread, and the outside diameter is 95mm, which is a common size for matte boxes. When it comes to flares, this lens has two options. You could have your classic blue flare or a neutral flare. I opted for the neutral flare. Which one do you prefer? Let me know down in the comments. I grabbed a little 60-watt light, had a little diffusion on it, and I gave it a test in CCT mode, and then I popped the diffusion off and tried it with a little harder source to see how the lens would react, and then I switched over to HSI to give us some color options. Let's check it out. flares for days. If you want to see an extended version of the flare test, I'll have a separate video linked down in the description below. So what are my overall thoughts of this Sirui IronStar Anamorphic Lens? Well, it's actually my first anamorphic lens, so it opened up so much creativity for me. I had a lot of fun with it. Back in the day when I first started my film and video journey, I would add black bars to the top and bottom of my footage to give me that cinematic look, and now I don't have to do that. This lens with the neutral flares and the edge-to-edge sharpness, I think is a great sweet spot for corporate and commercial work to convince clients to use something like this. Sometimes you get something that has too much character, a lens that's just too vintage, and clients may not want that. And this one is that nice sweet spot in the middle. It makes it real simple. A lot of great features. It's lightweight. The T1.9 performed amazing in those low light situations. I was thrilled with the bokeh I got. The flaring was awesome. Now, few things that I would like change, but I guess you can't really do it, is the filter thread on the front is a 92. Well, that's not a common size. I have 77s and 82s, and I totally understand that. I do like that it has the 95 mil outside diameter for a matte box, which I can put filters inside of that. And one thing that I did notice when I was using it on an easy rig on another shoot, it was real easy for me to kind of bump the focus because it is so smooth. So that kind of stood out to me, that it was a little too smooth and too easy to bump, and I would, be kind of moving around and I could accidentally bump it even just holding the lens on the front. If you want to check out this lens for yourself, there's a link down in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.